Hey everybody, what is going on today? Welcome to the channel. The 8th inning program just dropped here in MLB The Show 21. So if you guys want to get through it here in the first 24 hours, you've come to the right place. We're going to show you guys the fastest way to do it and how you can get that done. So do me a favor, as always, make sure to smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. You guys make sure you are subscribed, because here on November 7th, we'll be doing the giveaway for the Joey Votto autographed t-shirts, man. We got 2 of them when we give it away here live on the channel, all right? You guys only have to be subscribed. That's all you have to do. The second one will be available to members, though. We're going to have 1 available to subscribers and 1 available to members. So if you want to become a member, you can click the join button below, all right? Let's go ahead and hop right into it. All right, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to come up here to the top of your screen. You're going to go up here to the create mode. You're going to go to vaults, all right? When you go to the vaults, you're going to tab over or bumper over there until you get to rosters, all right? When you get to rosters, you're going to go to search. And when you go to search, you're going to go in here to the search. You're going to go by online ID, not by name, by online ID. It's very important, all right? You do have to make sure that crossplay is turned on for this. You want to make sure that that's on. But you guys are going to search for my name right here. It's just going to be my name of the channel, Big Tom K 22. All right, this is not my roster. I did not make this roster. Someone else did make this roster, so I don't want to take credit for it. But it'll be in here under my name because I just made it a little bit easier for you guys to find and for the video. All right, so here it is right here. Road to the show, all zeros, choose Rockies. This is the roster you're going to download. I've already got this one downloaded. A lot of times when you do download it, it'll say that there's an exception error or something like that. But you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You got to just go ahead and push through it. When you do the next process or next step of the process, you'll be okay. All right. So after you guys have that downloaded, what you're going to do is you're going to come down here to Road to the Show. All right. You're going to go to more options because you're going to have to start a brand new Road to the Show. And there's going to be a couple things that are very important that I'm going to show you here in just a moment. All right. So make sure you pay close attention. It's going to be the settings and the sliders, all right? The settings and the sliders. So this is how you're going to get through the program as fast as possible that I'm going to show you in just a sec, all right? So more options, you're going to go to start new, all right? That's what you want to do. You want to start new. So you're going to start a brand new one. It's going to make you set up your ball player here. After you get your ball player all set up, and I have other videos on that. You guys can check those out on the channel as well. So we're not going to go over how to set up your ball player in here. But after you do that, we'll go in here to load saved rosters, because that's what we did. We just downloaded a roster, so we want to load saved rosters, and we find the all zeros choose Rockies roster. That's the one we're going to download. It's going to go ahead and get us all set up right here. It's going to go through this little tiny little cutscene right here. It's going to ask you what team you want to be on. Now, it says, have you been talking to any particular team? I just want to play for the club. No, there is one team I've heard from more than a couple of times. That's what you have to pick right there, all right? Let me guess, the Reds? No, it's not. It's not the Reds, but it is a National League club, all right? The Dodgers? No, but it is one of their NL West rivals because the Rockies are. So that's what, yep, is it the Rockies? Yes, that's the one I want to play in Colorado. All right, so anytime you pick whatever team you want to be on, you will get drafted to that team. It doesn't matter. It's a guarantee. We're going to skip through the process here when the phone rings and we get drafted. And there it is right there. So the phone rings, and always it's the Colorado Rockies, of course, because that's what we picked. You know what sucks? I love to play on the Rockies, man, but I feel like for some reason everybody's just taking advantage of that home stadium at Coors Field with this glitch, and that's why the roster was originally made, just so you guys know. So we're going to have to take a trip here into the manager's office real quick. What they're going to make you do at first, you have to, at least for the first series, which is 3 to 4 games, all right? You're going to have to play as a 2-way player. Now, at the end of that first series, you're going to get the option to change that, and you're going to want to go to just position play. It's going to be the fastest way for this to work, all right? So you're going to pick position play. Sure thing, Skip, that's fine. You do have to pick that one because you don't want to let them choose your position, all right? Somewhere in the infield for sure. Yes. Now, I recommend doing it. The fastest position I found is first base. And I'll explain why here in just a moment when we talk about how you're getting the XP and how you're going through the program, okay? But first base, you want to choose that right there. So Ben's going to go ahead and go through a little cutscene right here. We're going to skip through that part, and then we're going to come right in here into the locker room. All right, so here you are. You're with the Yard Goats right now. That's the team that you start with. Now, those 2 very important things I told you guys about, the settings and the sliders. The settings and the sliders. Don't think those are the last 2 important things, because there's one more here in just a moment. It's about how you're getting that XP, all right? So the settings and the sliders right here, we're going to go over those. But first, a word from our sponsor. Hey guys, the holidays are coming. It's getting a little bit chilly outside, so make sure you check out my merch shop with the link in the description below. You can get your Respect the Grind Threadhead hoodies here, all for the holiday season, man. There's all kinds of colors. We've got men's and women's sizes available. available. You can also get these awesome new tumblers here and the stainless steel bottles with the Threadhead logo on them. So you guys check out the link in the description below to visit the merch store. All right, you guys, so when you go in here into the mode specific settings right here, one thing that you're gonna have to pay attention to is gonna be this fielding opportunities and base running opportunities. It's this one right here and this one right here, all right? Now, I've got the fielding opportunities turned to none. Now, that's okay. I know we're at first base, but you don't actually have to play any of the fielding opportunities. If there's any of them in the missions for the archetypes, which is where you're getting your XP, we're going to talk about it here in a second, that is where they're actually going to count from simulation. You don't actually have to play any of them. You'll get progress in the missions. So it's very beneficial towards the program and getting you through this quite fast. So leave that on none. Do not play any of the fielding opportunities. There's no reason to, all right? The base running opportunities, you can turn it to lead runner because a lot of them, there's going to be a base running mission in the program that you're going through to get this XP. So that's going to have to be something where you're not going to get simulation. You're going to actually have to steal the bases, but it's very easy, very quick. All right, so you're going to do that. You want to go to lead runner right there. If you have a mission or an archetype where you don't have these missions that have base running opportunities in them, you can turn it to none. You can turn it to none. So you can turn it off, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you have base running ones, leave it on. So that's what we've got there for our options, our settings. And then you're going to go in here now to your sliders, all right? Your sliders. Now, this is very important because this is going to make it very easy for you to hit no matter what type of player you're on, all right? You can have it on beginner difficulty, rookie difficulty. That doesn't matter at all. When you change these, here you go. Here's what you want to do. You want to do human contact. You want to leave these all the way up. All the human stuff, just leave that up. You might as well. There's no reason not to. All of the CPU stuff, you want to turn all the way down. Now, I know I'm blocking just a little bit here, but you can tell that these are all the way down. And if there's one that's anywhere different, I'm going to let you know, and I'll move the camera out of the way, okay? So as we go down here, all of these are at none. The CPU pitcher control one, leave this one all the way up. I have this one all the way up. Because you want them to have good control. You want them to throw strikes for you to be able to hit. Same thing with the CPU strike frequency. Turn that one all the way up, all right? Now, the manager hook, this one bring down. The CPU pickoffs, bring that one down. Fastball pitch speed, off-speed pitch speed. If you want them to throw a little bit harder, I would recommend going ahead and leaving these alone, but only adjusting the actual difficulty to make the pitch speed a little bit faster. These can get oddly specific and weird. I don't know. I don't like messing with these too much. But the fielding errors for the infield, turn them all the way up. For the outfield as well, and then throwing errors for the infield and outfield, turn those all the way up. Now, the fielder run speed all the way down, fielder reaction all the way down, the arm strength for the infield and outfield all the way down, base runner speed up, steal ability up, steal frequency up. And then these three you can leave right in the middle. That's where they are. They're right in the middle. You don't have to touch any of those. It doesn't really matter at all. Now, when you confirm that, it does sometimes, I already have them saved. It's going to actually come up and tell you you're going to get less XP from doing this. Don't worry about that. We're not worried about that kind of XP. That's the XP that's capped, which is gameplay XP. But that's not how we're going to finish the program, all right? That's what I'm going to show you right now. As you go in here to your My Ball player, and you look at your loadout that you have, all right? It's got a pitcher one on here for me. But let's go ahead and activate this one and look at this. It doesn't matter which loadout you have. You can start with the bronze, the silvers, the golds, or the diamond. Because if you're a new player, you're actually going to have to start with some of the bronze, the silvers, and then the golds or the diamonds, all right? You're going to have to move through the process and unlock those as you go, all right? So here's what I've got. I've got a gold one on here right now. We're showing you how this works. This is a program, and there's dozens of these. There's dozens of different types of these. If you think you've completed them all, go back and check. Go back and check, all right? There is, you can Google search it. There's on Reddit, there's an actual link. I'll put it in the description. You guys can click the link there and find it, but it'll actually show you all of the entire tree, the entire steps of which ones unlock which ones along the way. So you can go and make sure if you've got them all unlocked or not, because some of you might think so. I think I do, but I think there's a few I'm missing actually. So as you go through here, all of these points in the program, and it's just like any of the other programs in the game, you're going to get stubs at these points, but you're not only getting stubs at these points. What it doesn't tell you is you're actually getting XP at all of these points too. All right, so 4 times throughout this program on the 3 sub markers, and then at the very end, you're going to get that much XP that's listed at the end of this. For the diamonds, for the diamond archetypes, it's 11 44,000 XP per marker. All right, so 44,000 XP per archetype. When you go through this one, it's in the golds, it's 8,000 per marker, so that's 32,000 per archetype. All right, the silvers are going to be 6,000, I believe, is what it is. So that's going to be what 24,000, sorry, and then 5,000 each for the bronzes, I believe, which is going to be then 20,000 for you. So that's a lot of XP that you can gain through going through these archetypes. They're very quick. They're going to go very fast. They all have different missions, but let's take a look at those right quick, and I'll explain how those work. So where we're at, you want to look at these road to the show missions right here. You're going to come down here to the road to the show missions, and you're going to notice you're all going to have plate appearances on every archetype, all right? Some of them, though, are going to have extra base hits. Some of them are just going to have hits. They're not going to have just extra base hits, so you can get singles. Those are great when they have stolen bases also, because you can get 2 stolen bases every time. For this one, this particular archetype, you're going to want to hit doubles all the time and then just steal third base. And we're going to show you that here in just a second. Stolen bases is one. Assists and putouts are another. Now, I want to tell you, I have not completed any assists or putouts manually. They've all simulated, and all of these have counted. And you guys are going to see, if you look at all these numbers and remember where they are, you guys can go back in the video and look at them. And then I'll show you where they actually are at the end of this after we play a game as well, okay? And all these have gotten a little bit on them. We've already completed the 100 putouts, actually. We've cycled that one through. That's simulated, though, all simulated. So that one gives you 4 points in the program. You see where your points come from right here above me, actually. They're going to show right here all the different point values you get for these. Now, these are repeatable. A lot of these are repeatable, and you will not be able to complete them more than one time per game. So if they complete during one game, you're just going to have to play that game out and know that it won't start cycling through to complete them until you start the next game of the series, all right? You don't want to simulate go through that game, because then none of it will have counted. It's weird like that, all right? So keep in mind, it is a little bit of a glitch. So there's little quirky little things like this to it. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to load into a game right quick. You're just going to go up to play. You'll go to play next. It's actually going to do, I think, a little cutscene here at the very beginning, but it does this automatically, simulates through the calendar till the first appearance. When we go to play game, sometimes it's going to make you start and pitch for the first game. If it does that, you can actually simulate through that game and just come back to the clubhouse. It's fine. Don't continue in the series, just come back to the clubhouse. When it brings you back here, it'll bring you your position at first base. Down here in the bottom left corner, it'll say in green. So you want to choose your active loadout. Now, my loadout's for center field. That doesn't matter. Don't worry what this actually says, but this is the loadout. The other one's a starting pitcher, so we don't want to choose that one. So center field, that's the one I'm going to pick. It's going to load us into the game. As soon as it starts up, and it's going to start up pretty quick here, I'm going to go ahead and leave the camera right down here in the bottom, because it doesn't really matter what this. All right, you guys, so what you're going to do is you come to the plate right here. You're going to go ahead and try to hit doubles, all right? Remember, for this particular archetype, we had the missions for extra base hits, so that's what we want to hit. These pitches are coming in so slow. That might be a home run, but it might actually just be a double. Good, that's a double. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to stop right here. They'll always score, because look how bad they throw the ball around. Oh, my God, this is awful. You can hold L2 and see this actual camera view while you're in here, but so what we're going to do here is stolen bases are pretty easy. They'll try to pick you off sometimes, so you got to be careful, but you don't have to get a great jump. Look, I didn't get a great jump. Just run as soon as they do. You're safe. They can't catch a damn thing because they're all zeros, remember? That's the roster we chose. So after that, now you're rarely going to be able to steal home. It's going to be very rare. So what we're going to do is we're going to just get out right there on purpose. Now, see in the bottom left corner where it says sim to next appearance? That's fine if you have that marked. That's no big deal. But you don't want to at any point pause and ever hit this next appearance. Now, I know it's blacked out right here or darkened out. It's a little bit behind my Positive Gaming logo. Sorry about that. I'm not going to move it out of the way, though, because just I can explain what it is. But it'll not always be darkened out, and you never want to hit that. If you do at any point in the game, you will lose all of your progress and mission progress that you got from the game. All right, so we're not going to do that. Well, I'm going to play through the rest of this game real quick. We'll show you guys how those stats boosted, and we got a little bit more stuff here at the very end, okay? All right, you guys, so I ended up 4 for 7 in the game with a home run and 2 doubles. So we got a couple of stolen bases in this one, too. I wish RBIs and runs counted, man. That would be nice if they did, but unfortunately they don't. Now, you can play the next game. You just want to make sure you select the correct loadout when it brings it up. You can go to play next game. It'll make you play through an entire series. Now, for this instance, I'm just going to return to the clubhouse because I want to show you guys exactly what happens when you do that. As you come back here into the menu, if you go into this progress tab over here, it's going to actually show you all of the gains that you made in that program. Now, if you guys remember, I was at 25%. Look, we're at 31% now. So we finished a few things. That's awesome. We got a few of them done. And then we got progress in a lot of it along the way. So that's all the things that counted right there. And if you want to go look at it specifically, the way you can go do that is you can back out into the loadout the way that we did originally. And when you go back into the loadout, you can just bring it up here. You go back into the main mission. It's going to show you your progress here on the bar. We're getting closer. I just unlocked that silver perk pack right there. And then you're going to get here to the stubs and the XP. That's the big part, man. It's the XP. Now, a lot of these, look, these are great. These are great things because it's free stubs along the way. You'll earn a ton of stubs doing this along the way. If you guys are curious how I got that 3 million stubs that you saw at the beginning, you guys can become a member and check out the member exclusive videos on that because that shows exactly how my personal stub making tricks work. So, but this right here, man, yeah, it's the same old deal right here. You go back here and look at these just like we did at the beginning. We're going to go 40 plate appearances. We got a gain on those. We got a lot of gains on those. 7 plate appearances in that game. So pretty nice. Extra base hits. We got 2 of them there. Stolen bases. I rolled this one over. So that was good. I didn't need a whole lot of them. That's why I was like, let's just get the extra base hits. I was trying to hit bombs in that one for most of it. Assists and putouts, though. Look, the putouts rolled over again. Assists right here on the repeatables are on their way. And then these right here, we completed. This extra base hits was already done, I believe. But we got a lot of progress in all of these. Now, assists are the ones that are going to move the slowest. There's not really a great position that they're going to work the best at. The best would maybe be catcher because of the fact of drop third strikes. Everybody kind of has bad attributes. So that's possible. But you know, just dropping third strikes, you're going to get a little bit more throwing it down to first base for assists. I recommend still doing first base. I think that's the best way to go and the fastest way to get through the program and get through it, man. I think I've done it every time, and I've done a little bit of progress in each one of these. I didn't use this in the 7th inning program very much. I actually played through it, but this will get you through it, man. The one time I did it and just busted it out overnight, it took me 16 hours of gameplay. 16 hours of straight gameplay to go ahead, and I added up the time in. That's how long it took me to get to the inning boss. So you can get to the inning boss and get that thing sold for 1 million stubs, or you can keep it if you want, if you got a ton of stubs already. But the reason we make this video every month, man, every inning program that comes out is because we get a lot of new people to the channel each month. All right, a lot of new people, and I always try to show them the fastest way to get through this. And people pick up the game as it's on sale. I hear from new players every single day. And I welcome you. I welcome you. Thanks, guys. Make sure you guys do me a favor. As always, smash that like button. Subscribe to the channel, man. Subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. We got another one coming up here later today. We got the new program as well, the Division Series program. I'll show you guys the fastest way to get through it. So check that one out also. All right? Thanks. Peace.